This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Freilich and Chanukah, Agon Erev Shabbos, Agon Erev Chodesh. So there was once a man who was able to walk, but he didn't really appreciate it. Like most of us, we take it for granted. And he went about his life taking for granted that he had the ability to walk, and he contracted a certain disease, and it was threatening his ability to be mobile. And he went to a doctor, and the specialist told him that he thinks with a certain procedure and a certain type of medication, he'll be able to retain his ability to walk. And the person was very scared and very nervous, and his mobility was still there, but it started to be compromised. But he was still mobile, and how he appreciated his mobility, because now it was being threatened. Now he didn't take it for granted anymore, because he knew there was a strong possibility that he would not have this faculty anymore. And he had no choice, but he had to undergo the procedure, and he took the medication, and sure enough, it was successful. And he not only was his mobility restored, but it even improved to a certain degree. And now for the rest of his life, when he walked down the street, when he went somewhere, when he ran somewhere, he always appreciated his mobility, because he knew it was threatened, but he was able to get it back. Shabbos Chanukah, Rosh Chodesh Chanukah. Of course, we have Shabbos the whole year, but we take it for granted. We have Rosh Chodesh the whole year, but we take it for granted. Why not? The Rebbe Shem gave it to us, so we'll have it forever. We appreciate it, to some extent. But when it's threatened, when there's a situation where we may not be able to keep the Shabbos, we may not be able to keep the Chodesh, and there's a war, and we're victorious, and the Rebbe Shem restores to the Jewish people Shabbos and Rosh Chodesh, then we can never take it for granted anymore. We have to appreciate it, because you couldn't put it in the bank. It was threatened, it was in jeopardy. Shabbos is always important, but there's no Shabbos like Shabbos Chanukah. Shabbos Chanukah, on Chanukah we commemorate the fact that the Yevanim tried to take away Shabbos, but the Rebbe Shem helped us restore Shabbos, and to keep it, and to hold on to it, and to preserve it. So as important as Shabbos is, there's nothing as important as Shabbos when Shabbos is Shabbos Chanukah. Shabbos Chanukah, we have to appreciate Shabbos more than any other time. Perhaps that is why Ben Ish Chai writes, Yarbe besudai Shabbos shel Chanukah yoiser mishar Shabbos. Yes, we always appreciate Rosh Chodesh, but we also take it for granted. We're used to it. We're accustomed to it. But not Rosh Chodesh Chanukah. On Chanukah we commemorate the fact that the Yevanim wanted to take away Chodesh from us. So how can we not appreciate Rosh Chodesh on Chanukah more than any Rosh Chodesh of the year? Perhaps that's why Ben Ish Chai says, V'chol shekein imcha b'y Rosh Chodesh. And imagine if Chanukah is Shabbos and Chodesh. What a great simcha it is. How we have to appreciate this Shabbos and this Chodesh more than any other Shabbos and any other Chodesh, and certainly any other Shabbos Rosh Chodesh of the year. So, wishing everyone a wonderful Shabbos, a gesunte Chodesh, and a freilichen Chanukah.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.